No, we should do it early because this is the one I know you're gonna love.
This is a special coin. This is an extraordinarily special coin. And when you look at this coin, I've sold Silver Eagles here for many, many, many years. When you look at this coin, you can tell that this coin is different. This is not a proof Silver Eagle. This is a mint state American Silver Eagle from 1990. And if you'll notice the grade, it says mint state 69, which is a relatively regular, common grade. But look at the thing that comes after that. It's a star. NGC has been using the star designation on coins for almost 20 years now. This star designation, which is denotes an incredibly special eye appeal, that the coin is special, it is different. The next thing up from the star is what's called a PL. And in American Silver Eagles, PLs are almost impossible. About the lowest price that you can get on a PL is probably $5,000 or $6,000, somewhere right in there.
Wow.
So this is a 1990 mint state 69 star. As I was doing the research on this, when this was offered to me and we bought you know, the handful that were available, I started looking at this, and I've been doing this my entire adult life. I know coins as well as anybody. And I know the stars, but I had no idea how actually rare they were. In mint state American Silver Eagles, that you see right here, by NGC, and they have graded millions and millions and millions and millions of coins. With the star designation, which starts at mint state 69, there are a sum total of 454 star NGC coins, not in this date, in existence in all years of the American mint state Silver Eagle. 454 star designation coins that you see, mint state 69 star, from 1986 all the way through 2020. There are less than 500 in existence. The majority of them are the 1990s that I have right here. They came from a single box. A single box that had to be the very first box that was made by the United States government. One exceptional, one-time, once in 30-year run by the United States government. And this is the vast majority of all the star coins that are in existence, period. And I have got a few of these available. I have never, so I've been here for going on 20 years.
Yeah.
I have never sold an NGC star American Silver Eagle before because they didn't exist. Like I said, there's 454, not 1990s. I mean, for every single mint state Silver Eagle in the history of the United States Mint from 1986, almost 1 billion coins, there are 454 that have got the star designation. There is one slightly better designation, which is called a PL, or proof-like. Okay, that has a very specific designation. Those coins start at $3,000 or $4,000 and go up into the $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 range. In all honesty, the star is almost as rare as the PLs. There's only 153 PLs.
Wow.
In all, so there's 153 PLs, there's 454 stars, that's it. Every one of the other million-plus Silver Eagles that have been graded by NGC are just mint state 69 or mint state 70. A mint state 69 star is actually far rarer than the mint state 70 coin, far rarer than the mint state 70 coin that you're going to see out there in the marketplace. This is a one-time only opportunity because, like I said, there's only 454 in existence.
Yeah. Right.
I paid a monstrous premium to get a coin that, in essence, I have never even seen before. Wow. I have never had the opportunity to sell a star American Silver Eagle, and it happens to be from 1990. So I mean, it's a coin that's already 25 years old, which is, or 30 years old, sorry. That's 30 years old, and they're the only ones that it was that one box okay, that somehow meets this designation. And if you've seen all the Silver Eagles that we sell here, you can look at this coin and know that it is 100% different. It is 100% special. You can tell it looks like a proof coin, but it is not. This is a mint state American Silver Eagle. It has got a look, it has got a feel. When they opened the box up, they took one look at it and said, this is different. And from what they said, when they opened up the box, the tops on those rolls in there usually have a green top. They didn't. So they must have been playing with a press or doing something, multiply pressed them. They had to do something absolutely positively unique in the history of the American Silver Eagle for them to be able to come up with this one single solitary box of 500 coins, and not all of them got stars or 69s or PLs or any of that, so that there are only 454 in existence. And they grade every single coin you send in is available for a star designation. Any coin dealer can look at a coin and say, hey, this is special. This should be a PL. This should be a star designation. But out of all those coins, the million American Silver Eagles plus that have been certified by NGC, there are 454 that have got the star designation. I have never sold them before. I anticipate never selling them again. These could end up literally, quite literally, being the only ones in existence ever in the history of the United States Mint, particularly given the fact that they are changing the design of the American Silver Eagle, remember, in 2021, that is creating this incredible run on this. So now you've got rarity is quite literally at an unprecedented level.
Unbelievable. Again, you think about rarity, talk about rarity, and you can see it. And maybe as you're looking at this, you're saying, I've never seen and had the opportunity to own a Mint State 69 star. Maybe you haven't. Maybe it's something that it has been elusive. We've got them. We'll send them straight to you. Just
you
let us
haven't.
know.
Nobody has.
You're right.
They just they simply haven't existed. It is such an incredibly special designation. So when we talk about rarity, we're talking about conditional rarity, and that star means everything. So if you look through all the grading things from NGC, you will occasionally find stars. You're just simply not going to find the stars for $5.99. I think if you see any of the stars or the PLs out there, they're starting at thousands of dollars. So that's what this opportunity is that I absolutely love with this. The fact that they are so phenomenally rare. And I have them for that rarity and that old of a coin, a 30-year-old American Silver Eagle with the incredible star designation that you see right there. This is, I've been here almost 20 years. This is literally a once in 20-year deal that I'm able to offer. I bought a tremendous quantity. I think I ended up with 100 coins or something like that. And we paid immediate and paid up. I had to give everybody the opportunity to own this coin.
Yeah, that's right.
I had to give everybody the opportunity to own this coin because unlike anything that I have ever seen in the history of this show, unlike anything that I have ever had the opportunity to sell, and I would love to say, you go out there and you find this price, there's no prices.
Yeah.
But they're in essence unique coins. If you go out there and look, like for instance, the 2019 S, Enhanced Reverse Proof American Silver Eagle. The government only made 30,000 of them. Those 30,000 coins in Mint State 69, not even, there are 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. This coin, there's 454 total stars. In the Mint State, in the 1990s, there's even less. Okay, all the Mint State, all the 1990 MS69 stars came out of a single box, one time, one grade, one opportunity, that's it. All the other ones out there, there's a handful here, a handful there. I have never had the opportunity to not only sell these, I have not even seen them before I saw this batch. So I've graded with NGC, what have I graded? I don't know. 300,000 American Silver Eagles. I've never gotten a star designation, never. I had to buy these on the secondary market. I've never gotten a star designation in all of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Silver Eagles that I've ever graded with NGC. I've never gotten a star designation. It was a one-time opportunity. And when you look at this, you see that mirror finish, that basically proof-like finish that you're going to see, that exceptional eye appeal that is what the star designates right there. That's not a thing that's unique to me. Anybody, so it's not like, okay, I got the thing where I'm the only one that can get a star on a coin. No, it's not that. Any coin that gets sent into NGC is eligible for a star designation. It's not just for me or anybody else. It's just a one-time only opportunity. This one batch of coins, over 1 billion coins over a 35-year span, this one special thing. Like I said, they had to be playing with the press. I don't know what they were doing, but you have a one-time literal opportunity to own a Mint State 69 star that we've never been able to offer before, and I can pretty confidently say we'll not be able to offer again in the star designation, because not just 1990, but from 1986 to 2020, there are 454 NGC Star American Silver Eagles. That's it. It makes it by far the rarest designation. It's not even close out there. There's nothing else that even vaguely comes close to this. I mean, I really have to impress upon you how important this opportunity is, because it is not going to come back. Once I sell this quantity that I have, which I felt was very strong. I mean, I had like, I think it was 100 coins or so. Once I sell that through, which is likely to happen here tonight. I mean, everybody knows how special this is. I haven't had the opportunity to sell a star NGC American Silver Eagle in the prior 20 years. I don't suspect, and I won't be here 20 years from now doing this. So, you never know. No matter what. No, I know, okay? I will not be here 20 years from now doing this. So this is quite likely, once again, one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities for not only for me to offer this coin for you, but for you to be able to buy this coin too. So it's not only that it's a 25 or 30-year-old coin, but this designation, this special star designation. I say go out there, try to find anything. They just simply don't exist. The only grade higher than this is, like I said, a PL, and they start at about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 and go well up from there. It is just this tremendous, amazing opportunity for you to own, and what is almost a unique coin, literally by conditional rarity, one of the rarest silver eagles ever made by the United States government. It happens to be 30 years old. It happens to be this one-time special badge. It could quite be one of the most unique coins I've ever sold here at HSN in all the years I've been here.
And in our 2-hour show, we wanted to start the show with this. So we'll remind you as we move throughout the 2 hours, but here's the item number. Go ahead and write it down. It's 714682. And I don't want you to miss